I was born in a small town, a world away from the land of my ancestors. Welcome to Nedvoyage. For as long as I can remember, a persistent question has lived quietly in my heart. Where did my family truly come from? Who were the faces of my great-great-grandparents? My story begins with this one simple, powerful question. It was a seed of curiosity that grew slowly, nurtured by quiet moments of reflection, until it blossomed into a tangible plan. I would travel to Africa. I would follow the faint whispers of the past. I would trace my roots back to their source. This was not a decision made lightly. It felt like a calling, a necessary pilgrimage. The family story I knew felt incomplete, like starting a book in the middle. I knew the stories of my parents. I knew the stories of my grandparents, their struggles, their triumphs. Before that, a vast, silent space, an ocean of history separating me from a distant past. I needed to bridge that gap, to connect the dots, to give voice to ancestors silenced by time. Preparation didn't start with a plane ticket. It started with conversations and quiet contemplation at home. The journey began in earnest with that box of faded photographs, a treasure chest of silent stories, a collection of faces frozen in time. I spent hours poring over each image, trying to find a resemblance to my own face, to my mother's, to my grandmother's. Names in looping cursive, many completely anonymous, ghosts from a forgotten era. I carefully digitized each one, scanning, saving, building a digital archive I could carry. My grandmother, keeper of the box, would sit with me. Photos sometimes sparked recognition. He was a good farmer. She had a voice like a bird. Not facts I could verify, but precious all the same. These stories added color and life. People who farmed land, who sang songs, who dreamed. Each conversation added a piece to the puzzle. The picture was blurry, but the outline took shape. Then a breakthrough, a cloth pattern, a cultural fingerprint. Each family has their own patterns. The faded photographs were no longer just echoes. They were becoming a map. While stories and photographs gave me heart, I needed a scientific guide. I decided to take a DNA test. Simple steps: fill the tube, seal it carefully, send it to the lab. Waiting brought nervous anticipation. I checked my email every day. It felt both futuristic and deeply ancient. Modern science listening to the oldest stories. Weeks later, the email arrived. The results revealed regions highlighted across the world. My eyes went straight to Africa. A large percentage traced to West Africa, then deeper, a specific region, a particular ethnic group. A name I had never heard, but one that instantly felt part of me. This was my compass. I cross-referenced language, traditions, migration, turning a dream into a plan. The where would lead me to the who and the why. Armed with my archive, my stories, and the map, fear gave way to purpose. The long flight crossed the same ocean that once separated my family. The earth below, vibrant greens, browns, patches of rich red soil. Stepping onto that red earth, unforgettable. The warm, humid air carried spices, wood smoke, and rain. I whispered, "I'm here." A whirlwind of sensation, color, voices, bold and spicy flavors. Kofi helped me navigate. My clumsy words were met with warm smiles and encouragement. We drove to a small village. Children waved and shouted greetings. I showed him my photos, my voice shaking. He studied them in the sun. He said my eyes and jaw resembled a family that once lived here. My heart raced. He led us to a central clearing, modest homes clustered around an enormous ancient tree. She looked into my eyes. In a soft, melodic tone, she spoke a name, close to my grandmother's stories. A bridge across time. Emotion washed over me. We ate together and sang of rivers, harvests, family. I recorded every note, the sound of home. The next chapter unfolded in a modest regional archive. We turned brittle, yellowed pages, slow, painstaking work. Then, there it was. A name matching my great-grandfather's, a date, a village, concrete proof, a government record anchoring our story to this land. My hand shook. The second photo held steady, a moment worth the journey. Old roads, trading posts, vanished paths, roots of work, trade, and the darker history of enslavement. The maps told a dual story, proud journeys and forced departures. Not a museum, a living space, rites of birth, adulthood, marriage, honoring ancestors, patterns and shapes carried meanings, passed down like breath. Naming bowls, smooth with time. In my hands, I felt the continuity of life here. The diaspora room was humble and heavy, silence full of loss and survival. On day 4, we reached the town named in my DNA results. A woman stilled, eyes wide. Then she ran to me and held me tight. "Your name is one of ours," Kofi said. "Some family were lost across the water. We have waited for you to come home." A crowd gathered in celebration. We compared her tattered family notebook with my notes. Without a doubt, we were family. Cousins across an ocean and a century. Sankofa, fly forward, look back. Fetch what is good from the past and carry it into the present. The elder tied a simple cloth bracelet. "Do not forget your roots. Tell them you have a home here." Back home, everything felt the same, and completely different. Faces were no longer anonymous. My great-grandfather now tied to a line, a tree, a place. The map was no longer just data. It was a route I had walked. Family is shared meals, remembered rhythms, welcoming arms, the feel of land, the sound of a familiar language. Our roots and our roots are intertwined. I went searching for what was lost and found a new beginning, a bridge and a home that had been waiting for me.